My boyfriend is literally my best friend, my biggest supporter. Why do I feel like I'm gonna fucking cry? But even times I've had collaborations brought to me and I've turned them down, and let me tell you, I have turned down so many. Like 6 figures. I'm actually going to view my first properties I've ever viewed to buy on Monday and Tuesday this week. So many questions about whether I'm moving in on my own, like whether I'm moving in with my boyfriend. Also too, I think a lot of people feel quite invalidated by the casualness of it. I have lost weight since last year. Someone sent me a question saying you seem to fall out with a lot of your friends. Marriage? I'm hoping like next week, I'm not gonna lie. Hi everyone, hope we're all really well, enjoying this beautiful British sunshine that we've been blessed with. I was watching Molly May's car video where she was just like answering questions, having a chat, and I enjoyed it so much. Anytime I see one of my favorite YouTubers post a video like this, big, chatty, opening up about life, addressing comments and questions that they never usually answer, I'm clicking on that bit. But I feel like as a YouTuber, you always feel like a video like this is a slight cop-out, like a lazy video. I did my makeup. You know, I'm not being lazy for this. And I've also just got so much to talk to you about. I actually put up a Q&A box and I've summarized loads of the questions as well as DMs I've been getting. I also feel like now I'm back on YouTube and stuff and I've really got my confidence back with it already. It will be like we're having a nice fun catch up, and also it will be explaining what's coming in the future, like what you're going to be seeing through the next few videos. Pardon me. One of my most frequently asked questions slash concerns is about Ida, why I haven't had Ida for over a month now. Ida is living with me. She will always be living with me. She is my dog. She's not a family dog. She is in my custody. But obviously I went away on a family holiday, and before that I actually went on a little like weekend trip back to the Cotswolds with my boyfriend. He actually asked me to be his girlfriend there. Thank you. We'll talk more about that later. So I dropped her off to my parents then, and I was going on holiday with my family the following week, so she was being looked after by my grandparents. And then when I got back, obviously I had all the Remass x Flossie craziness, which this is actually the first time I'm talking about Remass x Flossie on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna go into that after I addressed this question. I had all that craziness, all the shoots, fittings, like tying up all the loose ends. We were so busy with that, and I wanted to give my 100% into that, and I don't like the thought of not being around and like not being a good mum and her not getting a walk every day. Obviously I have my balcony and she's able to go out there, but she doesn't have a garden here, you know, and she does at my mum and dad's, and she can run around, and one of them would stay at home with her all day, take her on nice walks. They literally adore and worship the ground that she walks on. In fact, I'm a little bit worried about her coming back because I know that she gets absolute queen treatment there. Don't get me wrong, she definitely gets princess treatment here, but if she chews up the toilet roll in my family's house, they're applauding her and her creativity rather than bollocking her like I do. She's actually coming home today. I'm going to go meet my mum at Battersea Park at 2:30 to take her on a walk and also help my mum like carry all her stuff back into my flat, and I am just so excited to have her back. I feel so grateful that I do have a family who love her so much and they're so good with dogs. I grew up with a dog. Some of you might remember my gorgeous black Labrador Molly. But no, she is not going anywhere. She is my dog. She is my best friend. I adore her, and I keep wanting to dabble into questions that I need to talk about further on in the video. I'm gonna leave that there. She's coming home today and she's home for good until I go to Sanctuary at the end of the month. And also, don't even come at me with the bad mum for leaving my dog thing. I literally am in the house 24/7. That girl has a great life. Second thing I obviously want to talk about is my Remass Flossie. None of this is like sponsored, by the way. I don't have to talk about this, but obviously I'm going to. I'm actually wearing the Emma top right now. Tell me this isn't just the most beautiful, perfect corset you've ever seen. It's actually all lace up at the back. If you don't follow me on Instagram, or you have just been living under a rock, because I don't like to say it, but I do feel like this collection has taken the internet by storm. I'm releasing 2 dresses and 2 co-ord sets with the amazing, sustainable, young female-owned brand Remass. Pieces are made from end-of-line materials and all in the UK. All my own designs as well. That is so cool that I got to do that. A lot of the time with fashion collabs, this is not me like throwing anything under the bus, because, you know, any collaboration is amazing, but even times I've had collaborations brought to me and I've turned them down, and let me tell you, I have turned down so many, like 6 figures. because it wasn't right and it wasn't me, and I wasn't gonna sell you shit, to put it bluntly. Anyway, as I was saying, a lot of time brands come to you, they want you to do an edit, so they already have the clothes pre-made, pre-designed, and you just pick out the bits that you like, which are amazing, great, like wonderful. But with Remass, these were my designs. I mean, obviously I came into the meetings and presented the designs, and we got some designs back and like changed them so much. Some of the pieces that I thought I was so set on, when I actually got to designing them, like it just didn't work, or I needed to strip it back a little bit, like make it a little bit more simple. This has been in the talks and like negotiating and contracting since the beginning of the year, and I begged and prayed every single night, counted all my lucky stars, that I would get this opportunity, and obviously I did. And like now that it's here and you can all get your hands on it, so exciting. It's just the biggest dream come true, and I honestly feel like I've cried all my tears, but I still feel like I well up like when I talk about it. For me, this is the biggest achievement of like everything I've done online, and I am so proud of what we have made. I have no nerves or like anxious feelings around it, because I know that everything we have made is spectacular and you are all going to love it so much. I also think as well, fashion for me for so long has been like such a grey area, and I've really come into my style and what I like to wear. When you guys tag me in things, or people coming up to me at our launch saying, oh, this is all just so you, and it was such a special feeling, and I will forever be so grateful to the Remass team. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? I'll forever be so grateful to the Remass team for just believing in me and supporting me through the whole process. Nothing was ever too much. We sent things back and forth so much. There is so much work and love and just, it sounds weird, but female in this collection. As I said, it's sort of a female-led brand. It's been the most amazing experience, and I'm so sad that it's all over. I mean, girls, if you want to hit me up for Flossie X Remass Part 2, you've got me on WhatsApp. It's also all over my Instagram, all over their Instagrams. I'll have like our ads on screen here. And don't worry, you're going to see me in it a lot more, because it is literally all I wear, and I think all I ever will wear for the rest of my life. I obviously have a lot of questions about my relationship. I think a lot of people are confused, and honestly a lot of people in my personal life, I think, were confused. I'm really sorry to burst the bubble, but it's really not something that's gonna be online, because I'm so happy in it. I didn't see it coming, and they do always say, oh, you like find something when you're least expecting it, and this is the prime example of that. I had an idea in my head of like what relationships were, and it was not good. Like, it was not happy or like healthy. It was just a big waste of time in my head. My boyfriend is literally my best friend, my biggest supporter. Why do I feel like I'm gonna fucking cry like everything I talk about? What is wrong with me? So I'm so grateful to have met him, and he's also taught me so much about myself, and I think we both really elevate each other in our lives. We grow together, like not only in our relationship but also like outside of our relationship. I didn't tell any of my friends for so long. Like I literally don't even think I told majority of my friends till we were official. I kept the whole thing really under wraps, and if you're liking the way something is going with someone, I would also recommend doing that, because there's no like drama or jealousy or people trying to stick their fingers in your pies. Is that the right saying? I'm very happy, and basically. Did you just hear my tummy? I really hope that picked that up. I'm gonna order 2 Joe and the Juice tunicados after this. The reason I addressed that is because the next thing I'm gonna be talking about is like the house searching, how that's going. I'm actually going to view my first properties I've ever viewed to buy on Monday and Tuesday this week. Obviously I'm trying to get a ton of viewing in, not only for myself but also, you know, I'm making YouTube videos out of this. Like I'm so excited to have you guys on the journey with me. Something I love watching, and I know that so many of you are gonna love poking your nose around London flats. I also think I'm gonna do like a big tour of this flat that I'm currently living in. Like so many of you guys at the edge of my laptop. Oh, that is so annoying that that's been in shot. So many of you guys know that I've been living in this flat for a couple years, and I'm going to talk about the pricing, where it is, the view you get, the amenities with it as well, because obviously it'll be safe. Like, I'm not going to be living here anymore. I'm so excited, and I'm debating whether, well, I need to ask, but I'm trying to figure out whether I'm allowed to bring Ida, because I think it's very important that she enjoys the feng shui, is that the word? The flow of the house as well. All the flats that I'm going to view have gardens, like nice back gardens to them, and I'm just so excited to wake up in the morning and open, you know, my lovely French windows and have my gorgeous little baby running out into the garden with a nice big jug of iced coffee, sat in my dressing gown, having a fag. At this present moment as well, I'm going to view them all alone, which I'm a little bit scared about, but I've got a mortgage advisor and my accountant has been incredible as well during this whole process, so I'm sure that they'll give me like all the key points I need in case I get any questions thrown at me. I don't know why I'm nervous about this, but it's just a new experience, but so exciting. Anyway, leading on from that, so many questions about whether I'm moving in on my own, like whether I'm moving in with my boyfriend. I nearly said his name then, God. I'm moving in on my own. Someone sent me a question saying you seem to fall out with a lot of your friends, and I don't think that's true. I do have something controversial to say though, and I don't want to get in trouble for this, and I also hope that like I just exposed the fact I'm not wearing any trousers. I'm literally sat here in my pants and the Emma top. That's all you need. I'm very aware of this coming off controversially, or like me seeming strange for saying this. I don't think it's a terrible thing to not have your friends as your top priority, and that doesn't mean that I don't see them, because I do see them and I do love them. I used to see my friends 24/7 and I just don't anymore. I like to be with my dog, I like to keep my flat nice and clean. I'm getting back into YouTube. I'd like to think that I'm like working more consistently now. I feel bad calling it working because obviously I love it so much and I enjoy it. I prioritize my relationship so much, and just through my life, like naturally you do just sort of distance, and I still am friends with like everyone I've been friends with for the last few years. Obviously, yeah, there are some people like we're not friends anymore, but it's not for any terrible reason. It's just like your life just sort of, and if I saw them, it's like, oh my god, hey, but we just don't hang out. I've got a huge thing with people who expect, what did I hear? I was listening to Amelia Liana's vlog today, and she said like it's friends don't keep receipts or something, or like, I don't know. It's basically saying that you shouldn't be in friendships where it's like you never do this for me and I always do this for you, and like da 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 da. Obviously if you're always asking for stuff and you're not giving back, like that's a problem, or if someone's not making as many plans. But I really don't take things personally, and also too, I know, like I can say on my behalf, like my life changes all the time. I sometimes might be really busy and sometimes might just not be up to it. I really love and like respect my own boundaries. That's like my most important thing, and I need friends who do the same, and I'm very lucky that my friends do. With all of this Remass stuff going on, and also having a puppy, and just getting my life where I want it to be, and getting myself where I want it to be. I wasn't going out and seeing all my friends all the time, and also too, like me and my friends, we like to go out, we like to have fun, we like to have a drink and stuff. That was what we did a lot. I didn't have the time to be hungover, and I didn't really want to be hungover anymore, but when I do go and see them, it's like nothing's changed, and they would never ever hold that against me. If anything, they're so proud of me and they're so happy for me. And yeah, I know like no matter how I say this, people are gonna like interpret it weird, but I guess I'm just saying, like if anyone's going through the same thing as me, where you just find yourself being not as social, and it's not because you don't love people, but you're just prioritizing other things in your life, it's not a bad thing. You're not a bad friend, and it's not that you don't like your friends. If they need to have a conversation about it, have a conversation about it. Yeah, but I don't fall out with people. I always get people saying I've fallen out with Emily. Me and Emily could never fall out. The shit that me and that girl have gone through together. But once again, you know, she was at uni doing her thing and I have been doing my thing, you know, and we just didn't see each other as much. But when we do, like I saw her at my launch, and it's just like nothing's ever happened, and we'll always have the deepest love for each other. And there you go, there is your answer. I have not fallen out with a lot of people. Oh my god, I also, look at that, that is a cigarette. Someone accidentally put a cigarette out on my arm. And that's been there for like a week. Leading on from that, someone said you don't go out anymore, and honestly I feel like I really don't too much. I'll go out like once a week, I'd say, on a weekend, because I live on my own. I don't like to come home like feeling drunk or tipsy on my own. It just doesn't, I don't know, I don't like it. I've also got a dog, I'm a mum. you know, life had to change. And yeah, I mean, I love a drink, don't get me wrong. I'm sure many of you have met me plastered in toilets, and I've definitely said some stuff I should never have said. Leading on from that, so many people, which I feel like I don't really care. Like, I don't know if you can tell, Byron said something to me the other day. Why do I get so sidetracked? Byron said something to me the other day. He said that he's really enjoying my YouTube videos because he can tell, like, I just don't really care and I don't really mind anymore, and I just feel very authentically me at the moment, and I'm not like scared about saying things, or like I don't really feel the need to tiptoe around things. I think I'm past all that now. But I get so many comments about like my weight. I have lost weight since last year. I feel like it's been a quite gradual thing. It was something I did want to lose weight. Like, I gained a lot of weight last year, but I was also so depressed last year, so that was kind of the least of my worry. It was a conscious thing, but at the same time, like, I love my food. I'm a girl who loves my food, but I was just eating way too much last year, and I think I was definitely comfort eating as well. I want to put out a trigger warning here talking about food and stuff. I know it can be really sensitive, but I also don't, like, I'm not saying anything bad. I know I'm gonna have a million like comments being thrown at me right now, like, you are not educated, you don't know what you're talking about, and people diagnosing me with this, that, but I don't care. I was definitely like emotional support eating. Like, I would eat a lot, like a lot, like not good food. Like, it wasn't making me feel good, it was just making me feel, I don't know, it was filling a void, I guess. So I think a big part of it was like becoming happy again, and also not drinking as much. Like, you hold a lot less water retention when you drink less, and I was going out and drinking a lot. I also do like 10 to 15,000 steps every day now, and it's not like a obsessive step counting thing. I have a reason to. If I haven't mentioned, I have a dog, and you know what, since she's been gone and I've not been having my walks every day, A, my anxiety feels a little bit funny. I feel a little bit strange in myself. I struggled to sort of get my day started, and B, I've definitely got a little bit fluffier. And I think even, I don't know, I just think moving your body, like, I do not go to the gym. I couldn't tell you the last time I went to the gym, but I get those huge like hour-and-a-half walks in every day, and they keep my mental so good, and they also keep me in shape, and it's like a part of my routine I really enjoy. I love it, and she loves it as well. I guess, yeah, that's kind of what happened. Like, I don't have some big crazy, there was no meal plan, there was no major plan of action. I've defo like up a bit though, but that's fine. Like, your body fluctuates all the time, especially as a woman. A lot of plans about like what I want in the future, what I want in the next 5 years. Someone said baby, marriage, home, career, etc. Okay, baby, not anytime soon. I've got my hands full with a miniature dachshund. I hold my hands up to mothers because you do the most incredible job in the world. My manager's actually pregnant with her second baby, and I'm so excited to meet them. She's not going to find out the gender till she gives birth. I think that's so exciting. I think that could be something that I potentially would do when I have a baby. I can't wait to have a baby. I can't wait to be a mum. Like, I can't wait for that challenge, but also, you know, like, just the biggest blessing. But obviously I'm not planning on it anytime soon. Marriage, I'm hoping like next week, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not scared of marriage, okay? But obviously I know I'm not like gagging. Actually, I fucking am. I'm gagging for a wedding. I want a freaking wedding. I am always saving wedding things on Pinterest and watching YouTube wedding videos and like, but I want a wedding for like the wedding, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still a little girl at heart. I do think that I want to do things slightly younger. I don't know, you know, who knows? It will be circumstantial, but babies and marriage and all that classic stuff, I love it, and I want it, and I want that. That's what you're wondering, because I know a lot of people don't care about that. I do. That's something that's like very important to me. It's gonna make me sound like such an asshole. I feel like I move through life at a slightly faster pace. It just doesn't scare me, you know? It's not like I'm like, I want it now, and I'm like, oh. I make jokes about it with my boyfriend all the time, but if he turned around to me and proposed tomorrow, I would say yes. Yep. Whoop. These would be quite good wedding, like, engagement notes as well. But anyway, as for my career, I'm just gonna be really confident with you all and like put some things out here. As I was getting ready today, I was thinking about this and like what I want to do. Something I really want to do in the future is like make documentaries, and whether they be on my YouTube channel or a BBC 3. You want to hit me up, channel 4. I am the biggest fan of documentaries and things and all Louis Theroux, and I'd love to do something like that. I think it would probably be about like mental things, like mental health stuff, just because it's something I'm quite experienced in, but not the classic like anxiety and ADHD and depression and things like that. The more taboo topics and the sort of really unglamorous sides of it I'd like to unpack, especially amongst young people, and also the, I want to say in a way, the casualization of it. I think there's a big almost, why am I going into this? I'm getting slowing down. Whilst it's so good to talk about things online and it's like opened up so many conversations and normalized it, I do also feel like as well, we are not as human beings supposed to be exposed to so many different people's traumas online and stuff. And I will talk about like my depression and like experience with it, but I don't necessarily talk about like the causes and the triggers. And I think a lot of people are like self-diagnosing and stuff. I don't know, I need to be really careful like what I say about this, but I think a lot of people, young people, feel like they can put themselves in this bubble. And also too, I think a lot of people feel quite invalidated by the casualness of it, by people being like, I had depression and they didn't. Like, depression isn't a low spell, it's like, it's not a low spell basically. Going into that whole side of it and the culture of it from that sense, and also, sorry, like a good bit of trigger warning, but things like self-harm and the ugly eating disorder side of it, like binge eating or bulimia or, you know, things like that. Like, I just don't know, like the stuff that isn't covered so much. Anyway, that's something I'd love to do. And I'd also like to do my own perfume. What I'd like to know. I'd love to make my own perfume one day. I don't know how or when that would happen. Killian, I want to make a perfume with you, okay? I don't know why you'd want to make one with hello. I don't know why you'd want to make one with me, but I smell good and I like to think I've got quite good perfume taste. So DM me. Thanks for inviting me to all your events. I'm sorry, I got really drunk at one. But I think I left. I think I left once I was past the point, but I love you. I think you're great. I think I've covered just about everything under the sun, and I feel like even the sun has gone in a bit since I started speaking to you. I want to say thank you so much if you've made it to the end of this video. I really enjoyed that. I feel like everything came out very free-flowing, and yeah, it just felt fun, and like I don't feel weird about talking about anything. I really enjoyed like being open with you. I love you all so much. Don't forget to click the links to shop Flossie x Remass. Remember, save the date, 2nd of July. Save your pennies just after payday. I am wishing you all the health and happiness in the world. If you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, you can. And I also have all my socials down below. I'm active on like TikTok and Instagram. I think you're great. I think you're beautiful. I think you're wonderful. I think you're amazing. I think you're capable of anything. I hope you have the best day you've ever had. I hope you have the best week you've ever had. Whatever's stressing you, whatever's worrying you, whatever's getting you down, just think about how you're going to feel in 5 years. Are you even going to remember it? Probably not. You're great. You're amazing. I love you. Muchos besos.